Yeah!
I'm excited for this.
DOOMWAR!
DOOMWAR!
That's her battle cry.
Yeah.
Tiffany, battle cry!
It's written by Jonathan Mayberry with art by Scott Eaton.
I'm not familiar with either of those people.
No, we've done at least one Mayberry book on this show. I don't think we've covered any of Eaton's art, but it's good. It's serviceable. It tells a story. It's very just here's some cool looking things. Everyone looks pretty consistent. There's nothing I can really argue with when it comes to Eaton's art, but it's not breaking the mold. It's certainly better than the covers because I'm a big fan of John Romita Jr. I know that he's very divisive, but even I got to admit, these covers are rough. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing some X-Men on the cover of this.
There are, yeah. Well, because this takes place during a weird period in Marvel's history.
Is this not T'Challa?
No, it's
Oh.
not.
Yeah, I noticed there was a key feature.
Yes.
Slender limbs, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Nailed
the
it.
hips really gave it away. But no, this takes place after Norman Osborn took the seminal shot of Secret Invasion and won the day, and then installed the secret cabal or the evil Illuminati.
Right.
Doom took his shot and he attacked T'Challa and Wakanda, and he kicked the crap out of T'Challa.
How bad did he beat him?
He beat the Black Panther out of him. T'Challa couldn't be Black Panther anymore because he had to recover from being almost dead. And so Shuri stepped up and became the Black Panther to protect Wakanda from invaders, including Dr. Doom. T'Challa would then later recover. He discovered a new type of science that involves
my God.
that involves magic and science. He calls it shadow physics.
Wait, isn't just magic science
No.
that hasn't been explained
That's
yet?
just what horseshit movie producers say to try and get the masses to watch a Thor movie. No.
No. That's the reality of things. But in the fiction world, magic's magic.
Yeah. Comes from a different place.
Yeah. It's real magic.
Right.
You have to be a wizard or a sorcerer
To get it.
a witch or a...
Or a PhDist.
Due to T'Challa's discovery of shadow physics and his implementation thereof, he drew a bunch of Wakandan symbols on his body that gave him strength augmentation. Basically, okay, so I'm not Black Panther anymore, which means I don't have my increased powers and stuff. Well, if I draw all this shit on me, now I can be Black Panther again.
Okay, that's just alchemy.
Yeah, but not Black Panther. Shuri's Black Panther. She gets the heart-shaped herb, she gets the outfit, she gets the tools and stuff, but I still get to be cool and useful, so that's what T'Challa's doing in the story, is he has recovered and he's helping Shuri out. He's like, you know what? I'm not just gonna walk in and be like, Shuri, all right, I'm back. Give it up. He's like, no.
No, you deserve to be Black
You
Panther.
keep it up. Don't forget also that another key player of the Wakandan stage is Aurora Monroe. I remember when Marvel made Shuri Black Panther, they had this whole nonsense rollout where they were like, who will become the new Black Panther? And they had this crappy, horribly designed ad that had a bunch of faces, and then they showed a female Black Panther.
And they're like, is it Scarlet Witch or Nico Minru
Right,
or Brother Voodoo? Oh, wait, no.
it might as well
totally
have been
different
like that.
thing.
Why wouldn't it just be Storm?
Right. Well, and there was certainly some indication that maybe it will be Storm, and it wasn't. It was Shuri, who, by the way, was only invented in 2006.
What?
People think that Shuri is this really important, integral thing, but yeah, Black Panther was invented in 1967, and Shuri was invented in 2006.
That's why she's his younger sister.
That's right, very young. Although not as young as the character is in the movies.
They've got a bit of an age gap.
Yeah, significantly. Wakanda is experiencing some political turmoil. Black Panther was attacked, and Shuri was ousted, and Storm was arrested by an insurrection group called the Disturi.
The Disturbie. I love it. That's my favorite band. Especially when they covered Sound of Silence.
This is Disturi.
Oh, I thought it was the song Disturby.
Yeah. The Disturi are a fringe group of Wakandans who feel that Wakanda has kind of lost its way, and they're more purists. And anyone could be a member of the Disturi are throughout the country, which of course is, we just kind of did that because after Secret Invasion, Wakanda was invaded by Skrulls, and we had this whole thing. But
It's weird Guy Fawkes stuff too.
yeah, it's well, because you can understand why certain people might lean towards their belief structure and how every arm of the Wakandan government has some member from the Disturi. But the reach and power of the Disturi means that they must have been funded from outside. So it's not unlike when, America may have helped install puppet dictatorships or create grassroots movements in the form of just paying people off and upsetting governments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's very much what happened here, but the Desturi swooped in and kicked out T'Challa and Shuri. Actually, what happened was they attacked them, and T'Challa's like, I'm gonna leave. And everyone's really mad at him because, he didn't protect Storm or keep her from being arrested. And he just kind of fled the country. Shuri took that really personally, not the T'Challa stuff, but more the insurrection. And she got really angry and really militant and was like, F all these people, I'm gonna kill everybody. I'm gonna kill these freaking dissidents. I'm gonna kill the people who let them be dissidents. Everyone's gonna die. And it's like, whoa, Shuri. Shuri's a lot more extreme in this and in the comics than she is in the show. She's like, meow, 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 meow. In the comics, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. And I'm like, fair. I kind of like both versions. The Wakandan government has basically been completely upheld or upended, and the rest of the world's just kind of watching. Okay. Because
But this doesn't really affect me, right?
well, it kind of does and doesn't. In the geopolitical scale of things, they're kind of watching and waiting, if someone told you that an African nation that almost didn't barely exist suddenly had an insurrection, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah.
But they're also
but they're the Wakandans.
And they're the most technologically advanced civilization in society.
And so it's that's going to affect. Let's keep an eye on that because that might come to bite us. Except for the fact that the Desturi are very much anti-technology, or at the very least, they're anti-reliance, over-reliance on technology. They feel like they've lost their way as Wakandans by being oh, we're the most advanced technological civilization on Earth, and we're opened up, and we're gonna, have culture exchanges and whatnot. No. Wakanda was best when it was an isolationist country that didn't involve itself with anybody else, and
we just took care of our people.
And didn't over-rely on space weapons and vibranium.
Somebody didn't do well in their physics class.
Right, exactly. Or shadow physics class. The Desturi are led by an insurrectionist named Takan. So it opens up with a sham trial in which they put Storm on trial for corruption of children and whatnot. And
I'm sorry, a sham trial?
A sham trial. And they're like, how do you plead? And she goes I spit on your plea. She's very I'm the queen of this country.
Yeah.
And before that, I was a god. And somewhere in between that, I was also an X-Man. So, whatever.
I guess I still am, kind of.
Yeah, I got shit going on.
And one time, Drago tried to bang me real hard.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a fly-by-night thing.
No, it's true. So we find out...
he's a bat.
So we find out that the Desturi are funded, or at the very least, puppeted by Dr. Doom.
Of course.
I guess it's so they can't connect it directly to him.
Yes.
Then it's not like a foreign nation attacking a country.
That's the kind of thing that everyone else would get involved in. If
Yeah,
Latveria
NATO would be involved.
Yeah, or at least the Avengers. But
Reed Richards might show up if he knows I'm here. Okay,
he is definitely going to show up anyway. But yeah, it is very much because Black Panther was invented in a Fantastic Four comic.
Right.
I like the idea that T'Challa is inexorably connected to the Fantastic Four in some way.
I really like the idea of Reed Richards being like, yo, T'Challa, what are you doing? This is my guy.
He says that in this book.
Get out of here.
He's like, I always considered Doctor Doom to be kind of my main bad guy, but seems to be a pretty big deal for you, and you don't really have a lot of rogues, so I guess we could share our main villain.
But I know that he really likes me the best.
He does.
So.
All I'm saying is I want alternating weekends.
That's fair. So Doom is talking about his plans, his machinations. He couldn't care less about the government of Wakanda. He doesn't want to rule Wakanda, but he is causing a lot of bullshit for the Wakandans, and particularly the royal family, who would put on a costume and kick his ass.
Right. Does he want the vibranium?
Yes, that's what
he's
he's
got a
that's
thing
what he's
for
there
cats.
He's got a thing for cats. No, well, he does have a good relationship with cats. The vibranium that the Wakandans have, that they have pulled from the meteorite and refined and keep in a big vault that T'Challa locked before he was kicked out of the place, it also has magical properties.
I was going to say, okay, so could there be a scenario, maybe this has happened, in which Doom got enough vibranium and then created a new suit for him, and then he was able to harness the vibrations of the vibranium and funnel that science into his own magic, thus making an actual sort of shadow physics type thing?
Yeah, that's what he does in this book. That's his big plan.
What if he just wanted the vibranium suit to relax his muscles a little bit? It's like one of those massage chairs, but he walks around in it.
Oh yeah, because of the vibrations you
Yeah.
see. Yeah. We don't even have any pretense of Doom being in his lair being like, yes, the Desturi are doing... No, he's in the vault behind the 26 lock safe.
He's Hans Gruppering.
He is dieharding this book.
Oh, that's great.
And so he reveals the runes that T'Challa set up and all that crap. Runes, I don't know, like, ancient
Sigils.
symbols and such. But he's gone through a few of the locks. He needs to unlock a few more. The locks get progressively more difficult as they go.
One of them is a riddle.
Yeah, I'm sure. But one of them has like...
It's a riddle of the Sphinx, because it's a cat,
it's
even
a
though
cat.
it's not the same
There is
deity.
actually a riddle of
It's
a
the riddle
cat.
of Bast.
Yeah, there is a riddle of Bast in this. So
Ooh.
Doom, he does a blood sacrifice, and he casts a spell, and he unlocks one of them, and he's like, all right, now I've gotten 2 or 3 locks left, and they're really hard, and I need more shit to get this done. Storm is on trial on TV, and she's spitting in their faces, and the X-Men are also involved because, of course, Storm is married to T'Challa, but also because at this time in continuity, the X-Men are running Utopia off the west coast of the United States, so they technically have an island nation as well.
Not to be confused with Krakoa.
And so the X-Men can't just like show up and kick ass and save Storm, because like then they'll put a target on their back. Maybe the U.S. government will get involved.
I find it hard to believe that the man in the yellow suit there is okay with that.
Oh, the
then
guy with the knives that come out of his hands?
Yeah, that guy, that he wouldn't have already left.
Yeah,
They've been
I'm
like-
actually kind of surprised he didn't, but like he's a lot more tempered in this book than you'd expect. But the X-Men talk about like what they're doing, and they're kind of like, where the hell is T'Challa? Like, why isn't he? I would step in, but like he should be the one to step in. Like, how come he hasn't protected her? Why didn't he leave with her? And then T'Challa arrives with the Dora Milaje and Shuri, his sister, and he's like, oh, I'll be happy to explain everything to you guys. And they're like,
Let me just exposition
Convenient.
for you.
yes. So they stick Storm in a cell that was built to neutralize her powers, and T'Khan is kind of like, who do you think built this?
Professor Charles Xavier?
Oh,
No.
T'Challa.
Yeah. Like, this cell
What?
this cell's for you if things don't work out. Just so you know. All right, bye.
That's dirty as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. T'Challa is the Batman of the Marvel universe.
These
Like,
two
he has
have-
contingencies planned.
But these two have a rough relationship just in general.
they
Like, they
do.
seemingly should work out, and then like every writer decided that was not going to happen.
Yeah, especially like Marvel editorial. I don't know what their problem was. It's not like we needed to have T'Challa be a swinging bachelor or Storm to be, free to sleep with Wolverine, which he immediately does after this. But
There's a couple I do like.
I don't like that couple at
Not
all.
like as like a long term, but
no,
like
it's very much a fling. It's
yeah, and,
very
like, I am okay with
it's
that.
very superficial.
Yeah.
I just feel like she could do better.
That's what everybody says.
No. What I like about that is
She
like
knows she can do better. That's why she's
No, I think what it is that Wolverine satisfies a primal part of her.
Yes.
Like the part that's connected to the raw elements. Like
Of course.
Wolverine, that lay
Yeah.
satisfies that.
That's
for her.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Sauron.
My brain was like the Eye Tower. Oh no, that's Sauron. Okay,
Yes.
never mind. No,
So-
that's Sauron. You're thinking Sauron.
Yeah, Sauron, the pterodactyl man.
Sauron.
Oh, yeah. I've always...
The great evil. They're both spelled the same.
Yeah.
So we find out that there's another power player at work regarding the coup in Wakanda, and that is the Broker.
That's Easter Island.
And the Broker's base is in Easter Island, along with a number one of Doom's bases. Doom is a number of bases across the world.
Okay.
This
His
one's
is
in
at
Easter.
Christmas Island.
So that's Walter Declan. Declan used to be in charge of damage control. He's a piece of shit. And all he does is he's just the money man
Okay.
for Doom.
For Doom. Okay.
Also, he's there to like watch over his Doom bots that are also going to be used in this whole thing.
Sure.
Doom needs a money man?
Excuse me. Doom needs no one.
Oh!
Has a money man.
He has a money man, and he
Fair.
makes that money man.
He makes that money work for him.
That's right. Doom can't afford to fund insurrectionists in Wakanda for years, and also infect the citizenry of Wakanda with nanites that are also living cameras that allow him to see and know everything that's going on in Wakanda, which allowed him to know about the vault and get the codes and unlock most of the locks. And so that's what happened, by the way. And because of T'Challa's shadow physics and Shuri's heart-shaped herb and new status as the Black Panther, their senses were heightened enough where they would have noticed if they had nanites on them, and so they were able to escape and not be noticed by Doom because of the lack of nanites.
So they didn't take Storm because it would have been too obvious that the jig was up.
And Storm also had the nanites on her.
Oh.
And she
So-
can't just like fry herself?
No, I mean, yes, she easily could have, but they don't think of that. T'Challa basically brings the X-Men up to speed, and he's like, all right, so anyway, let's team up and kick the shit out of my place and do our thing. He also reveals the whole, vibranium is also magic now, retcon.
This is fun. Taking Storm back to her roots.
Yeah, where she is trying to hotwire the security system in the vault that she's in. She tries, and right before she's able to succeed, Doom opens the door and he's like, "Come here. You're a thief. I need you to break open this lock." So,
I like that.
yeah. So the X-Men are like, "You suck. You fucked up, and we can't get involved."
Ooh, is this the time where Cyclops is sleeping with Emma?
Yes.
Okay.
They'd been sleeping together for a while, even when Jean was alive. You know, they're like, "Get out. We can't help you. Bye." And T'Challa's like, "I am annoyed that you won't help me." And they're like, "Oh, no. We can't officially help you. I'm going to send you with a bunch of X-Men to go, like, save Storm."
Yep,
and those, but I can't get involved. Like, Cyclops will not be in this adventure. And Utopia will not be going to, undo this insurrection.
And everyone's kind of like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you sending?
Wolverine, Colossus,
Right.
and Nightcrawler.
This all sounds great.
Doom must have seen Die Hard before to prepare for this because, of course, he's like, "Okay, well, Storm, unlock the thing." And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Okay, get members of the royal family here." And he just he has them shot. Storm is enraged, and she's like, "I will kill you for this."
He's like, "Not before I kill more of the royal family."
not before I kill your mother-in-law, which, of course, is the next one on the docket. So they go in. And they're talking about how they're going to have to fight their own people to get in. And the X-Men are like, "Okay, well, how are we going to figure that out? Like, how are we going to fix this so that we don't do that?"
Are we talking about the distillery?
Yeah. Well, the distillery have taken Wakanda.
Yeah.
And the Distillery think they're doing this like...
They think they're doing this they think they're like fixing Wakanda.
Right, they're like, we're fixing Wakanda, and wherever this like money or whatever support that we're getting from clearly has...
Our best interests at heart.
Yeah, and all good intentions behind it.
Exactly. It's not Dr. Doom who's here to steal our most precious export.
It couldn't possibly... Why would it be that?
Why would it be that? Why would it be that?
Although I did hear a metal man clinking around in the castle.
Yeah.
And someone screaming about Doom needs no one.
Yeah, about themselves in the third person. But the thing about that is that they now control the army. So, like, if the Black Panther comes, like, I'm going to send soldiers to fight you. I took the Dora Milaje, which is just a small sect of, of soldiers, but that's like the elite.
Everybody's
that's like this. That's like fleeing the White House and taking only the Secret Service.
So, okay, like, I totally get Wolverine and Nightcrawler going.
Yeah.
They're stealthy. They've done this before.
And Colossus. Well, we
And-
need a tank to open up the door.
Okay, and a giant metal man.
Right, and a giant, unsubtle Russian metal man.
Shiny.
To fight another European metal man.
That's true. He does not fight Doom. It's not. That doesn't happen. So they're gonna shoot T'Challa's mother. A loyal member of the Wakandan family like jumps in the way, and they die for her, and so that buys Storm enough time to unlock the lock.
And T'Challa's mom's like, wow, you really were going to let me die?
Right. Well, she insisted that Storm not even help. She's like,
okay.
"No, I'll die for this." And
No, you can't let him take our vibranium.
exactly, which she's not wrong about. So T'Challa, Shuri, the Dora Milaje, they arrive at the border of Wakanda, and they face the Wakandan army.
Kind of feel like they should have just flown over that.
Yeah, but they can't be seen entering airspace. Like, this is T'Challa, like, it's more like, this is sanctioned. There's no foreign nation coming in here to face Wakanda. Wakanda's having an insurrection. This is but a part of it. So T'Challa appears before them in a holographic form. He talks about, like, what assholes they are and how they're all gonna die. T'Challa and Shuri give their 2 cents about the whole thing. They offer, like, listen, you are Wakandan. You knock this off, it's not too late.
We could put you on trial with your wife.
Right, we're not going to put you on trial. Like, no. When you let us come back in, you give us the throne back, all's forgiven.
Oh, that's what T'Challa is saying.
Yeah, T'Challa's issuing, like...
I thought T'Challa was saying that, like,
No.
hey, you're a Wakandan.
Yeah, no. He's
Come
not.
on.
He's like, "I'm going to kill you."
Sanction you.
Yeah, no. T'Challa and Shuri basically offer T'Challa a peace offering. They're like, "Let us in, put us back, and all's forgiven." Because, like, we're all one people.
Okay.
And T'Challa's like, "No." Like, you have nothing to
He's
barter
like, I've
with.
got all the cards.
Yeah.
Look at them all.
Exactly. So as they are talking, and we watch T'Challa via the hologram, we see Nightcrawler teleport both T'Challa and Shuri, and they teleport into the throne room, and Shuri breaks the neck of T'Challa. So that's done.
Hey.
Wow, okay, that was taken care of way earlier than I thought.
Me too. Just
Like,
That's the end of that. The Disturi plot is over. That being said, the Disturi are numerous and throughout. So the head is gone, but the organization still remains.
Like a chicken.
Yeah, it's still running around.
Is Nightcrawler cool with this?
Nightcrawler's not cool with this, but also like he's learning to deal with a lot of things.
Okay.
Hey, God works in mysterious ways.
That's right. He's like, look, I didn't kill them. You
I
know?
didn't have to save him.
I just didn't have to save them. It's one of my favorite superhero says. There are still Disturi throughout their whole system, and they're like, just because you killed our leader doesn't mean we're gonna stop. Like we still
Okay.
believed in this whole thing. They're not like the droid army. We didn't just blow up the control ship, and they're
Okay.
all just back to being loyalists.
And they're not
again.
Mangalores either.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't fight without their leader. The X-Men and the Dora Milaje are met with more Disturi forces or Wakandan forces, and they force them into a choke point. There's 500 members of the Dora Milaje, not 300 but 500. But they find themselves into a narrow pass, and they like let the entire wave after wave of the Wakandan military come before them.
break over them.
Yeah, we do the whole 300 thing.
Okay.
It's not as epic in its
But they've
delivery.
they've got Wolverine and Colossus.
Yeah, but they also have Wolverine in there, so he's just like Berserker Barrage.
And a fastball special every once in a while.
Yeah, we don't get that, unfortunately.
You have the team.
Yeah, you have what's the point of putting Colossus in here if you're not going to do a fastball play?
You put the tiny Canadian man with the giant Russian guy, and you don't do a fastball special.
I don't get it.
How great would it be if you also had no Mega Red between them, so he could extend and then pull Wolverine back?
That's
No,
fair.
no,
Like
no,
a
no, no,
yo-yo.
no. Hang on. We need to get Nightcrawler involved with this. A
Yes.
teleporting fastball special.
Exactly. Like you throw me with the momentum of Colossus, and then I teleport while being launched, and then I like.
No, Colossus to throw Nightcrawler and
holding Wolverine.
Yeah, and so like they teleport to wherever they need to, and then like Wolverine just continues with the Force.
Yeah.
As Nightcrawler bamps back.
Right.
Yes.
See, I figured it's throw Wolverine, and then Nightcrawler can bamf him back to Colossus for another fastball special. It's like reloading the gun.
Right. So Shuri is just tearing into these people, and
Sure.
she's killing people left and right, and Nightcrawler's like, hey, that one guy you killed, he laid down his arms. What are you doing? And she's like, hey, listen, this is war. I gotta kill who I gotta kill. And he's like, don't lose yourself in this. And she goes, lose myself? I found myself. And he's like, mein Gott, okay. You just do your own thing. I'm gonna back off of you for a little while.
It's like I'm gonna bamf myself someplace else.
Exactly. And this is what Doom wanted the whole time. Doom couldn't care less about the geopolitical nature of Wakanda. He is ready to unlock the vibranium stores and get access to them. But the last lock is this projection of the last lock that T'Challa set up. And it says, only through purity and unencumbered by pretense may you pass. And Doom's like, oh, okay.
Oh, that means he has to kneel, right? The penitent man?
Right, basically that. So while Shuri, the Black Panther, and the X-Men and the Dora Milaje, there's this huge war going on between forces. T'Challa breaks off from the main group and goes to face Doom because he's like, okay, I got to deal with Doom. I got to take Doom down.
So he knows Doom is playing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows Doom's here for the vibranium, and T'Challa is also a genius. He can match wits with Reed Richards, or well, somewhat of Reed Richards, but Doom as well. And they fancy themselves like chess masters. That Doom and T'Challa have almost always been involved in a game of chess together.
I mean, they're leaders of countries.
Exactly, they're leaders. They're heads of state.
Scientists.
They're scientists. They're geniuses.
And they clearly both have interest in magic, apparently.
Exactly. Although T'Challa's relatively new to this whole thing, but as you can see, like this is his new look, which doesn't last very long. So we see that like after the upper hand is made by Shuri and her forces, and T'Challa makes his way into the room, he gets to the stores and he discovers that it's empty, and Doom is already etched in the wall. Checkmate. And then how did that happen? Well, let's go back. Let's find out why.
You don't go back in the middle of the store.
I know.
Mayberry.
So when T'Challa arrives in the vibranium stores, he faces Doom. Doom's got Storm, and he's like, "Okay, you're never gonna get the vibranium. Like, you might as well just give me my wife and let it go." And Doom's like, "Nah, I already did it. I already did that thing. Like, what happened between me seeing the riddle and facing you? Well, we're gonna have to go to the next issue to find out what happened. But trust me, it's taken care of." Bye. Shoves Storm in front of her and then leaves. And that's when T'Challa discovers he's lost the vibranium. Checkmate. Time passes. Of course, the Wakandans don't have access to any real friends in the outside world because it's still viewed as kind of like a localized political situation within your own country. Like, let's not get involved. Plus, like, you get a short suit and lasers and stuff. But Namor's involved. The Fantastic Four get called, and so they team up.
Namor's involved.
Yeah.
In a landlocked country.
He couldn't care less. He's like, I'll do that. Hell, Namor invaded and drowned Wakanda in Avengers vs. X-Men. The Fantastic Four are called. They team up with T'Challa, and so now the Fantastic Four are involved in the fight. What happened? How did Doom get the vibranium? Well, he strips down to his bare ass, and he enters the doorway unencumbered and without pretense, and goes through this doorway that opened up when the last lock was threatened.
It's just naked. Go through naked.
That's right. Well, pure. Just unencumbered.
Okay.
Don't
Doom is not pure.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the question, right? So Doom enters the realm of Bast. Bast stands before him, and she's like, "If you lie to me, I will devour you, Doom. So let's get started." She's like, I know, she's so mad at him. She picks him up with her paws, and she says, "Is that bravery or arrogance that puts such steel in your voice?"
That's both.
Yeah, well, he says, "Neither, it's faith." And so he proceeds to explain that, because she's like, she lays it all on the front street. She's like, "You're a monster. You're a murderer. You're a despot. You treat your people abominably. You treat everybody like you shoot the Baxter Building into space and stuff. Like, you're an asshole."
Well, how flattering that she knows so much about him.
Right. Well, she knows everything. She's a god. But he's like, "I'm no different than the history of your country. Like, I do what needs to be done to protect my people."
I feel like it's not about your people, but okay.
Well, it's really about everyone. And so Doom proceeds to explain that, look into my soul and look at my motivations about why I do what I do. And so Bast proceeds to see the heart of Doom, and she sees that Doom's machinations, everything that he does, all of it is in service to Doom's ultimate goal, which is a utopia for humanity under the rule of Doom. That Doom's whole approach, whether he's a supervillain or a monster or a despot, whatever, it's all he believes in his heart of hearts. Not because he hates.
He can make peace.
He
for
can
everyone.
make peace for the world, and it's all because he's like, no. Everything I do is so that I can rule the world, and then there will be peace. That all of it will be in justification for Doom World. And Bast is like, fuck me, that's true.
I mean, those are your intentions, yes.
Yes, but that's all it takes for me, right? Because it's about faith and it's about purity of heart. Just because you're a dipshit doesn't mean you're not right. Or at the very least, you don't believe you're right.
Or that your intentions are coming from a place of honesty for what you believe.
Exactly. No, I'm not lying to you. I really do think that when I'm in charge, the world will be better. And if you read Emperor Doom, I technically do succeed in that. So,
Or what about when he's God King Doom?
Well, that'll come about a few years later
I
after this,
know.
and it's like, you're wrong, and I like that a lot. Though your methods are abhorrent and vile, your intent is pure, you've passed the test, the vibranium is yours to take. Do with it as you will. And so we see in between all that, Doom has used all, or at least a lot of, the vibranium from Wakanda, all of Wakanda's vibranium, to build Doombots galore infused with vibranium.
Of course.
And an awesome battle armor suit that he'll wear later.
Sure.
But that's why the war is going poorly. And of course, Doom is also being aided by the broker and his various shell companies with billions and trillions of dollars, which are working across the world in their various stores to build these crazy things and influence the world. Yeah. There you go. Big, awesome Doom cat. A battle cat, if you will.
I guess he does it in
Bast
honor of
had
Bast.
a little bit of creative control.
She's like, you can take the vibranium, but you gotta make them cats.
Okay.
Doom finds this acceptable. Doom will make Doomacats.
To be fair, it's funny. You can make an argument that Doom would like dogs because of their loyalty. However, he probably would be annoyed by that.
Yeah.
But the cat, he's like,
Oh, they go their own way.
behold,
I respect that.
This thing doesn't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
It thinks it's the god.
Yeah.
I respect this.
Exactly.
Now get it out of my sight.
So, Doom is just taking over, is rolling in and taking shit over with his Doomcats and his Doombots, all with his vibranium. He's also none of that matters to him. So he's like, just keep the superheroes busy. Keep the Fantastic Four and the Panthers away at bay as I make my crazy alchemical armor made also of vibranium. Shuri busts out a sweet new action figure that we never see. We see the suit, but we don't see the action figure. They never made it. But she gets new, like, neat, cool armor that will make her look fun. That's it. She's just like, I'm losing. It's not helping me. Like, it's not enough to be Black Panther. I also have to be Black Panther with a cool outfit that has more vibranium in it and stuff.
I need a redesign.
Yeah, I need a redesign. We're about halfway through. We should redesign the outfit. T'Challa and Richards work together to try and figure out another way to outthink Doom. The problem is, Doom knows.
I feel like you've already lost.
Oh yeah, no, they've lost. I mean, like, the country's taken, the world is.
That vibranium is gone.
The vibranium's gone. Like, you've lost. Doom and Richards and T'Challa realize, like, we fought Doom so much. Doom has outthought us at every turn. Like, even in a world stage of war, Doom can out-strategize us because he knows what we're going to do. He can outthink us.
I know. We have to be crazy and chaotic and unthink.
That's right. That's what they need to do. That's their plan.
Wait, really?
Yes.
God damn it. That's a bad plan.
T'Challa hires Deadpool to assassinate Doom. Because he's too chaotic. Because Deadpool's popular. Let's put him in the book.
That just feels like we were doing something.
And then
it's like they didn't know what to do. They're like, we really messed this up. This is bad. Doom's gonna win.
Yeah.
Deadpool?
How about Deadpool? Deadpool's fun in this. I have no real. He doesn't steal the show.
Which version of Deadpool is this?
This is not Sad Clown. This is like Nolan North video game Deadpool.
Okay.
Deadpool goes to Latveria. He goes to Castle Doom. He kills as many people as he can in there to face Doom's throne room. And then he checks back in and he's like, it wasn't Doom. Doom wasn't there.
Was it a Doombot?
It was a Doombot.
It's always a Doombot.
It is. It's always a Doombot. So
It'd be amazing. Dr. Doom was actually dead.
Right.
It's just
another Doombot and went rogue.
It's just a
Stole one of my
never-ending
ideas.
amount of Dooms
That'd be neat.
or Doombots.
Yeah. I like that. Doom's
like
died a
IG-88.
couple times. Yeah. It's like IG-88. I just download myself into another thing.
No, I just think he's just dead, and the Doombots just are just programmed to do this, so they just keep doing.
Yeah, that was a good theory
Keep
that I had.
dooming.
I liked that theory for
Ooh.
Doom 2099, that there's always a Doom. That actually happens in Doom 2099 when
really?
Doom arrives in 2099. Doom arrives.
What will the world be like without
Dr. Doom. Whoever was in charge, I think it's like Tiger or something, is in charge of Latveria, and every so often a Doombot will wake up and think it's Doom and attack him. So Deadpool comes back to T'Challa. He's like, okay, well, I was just at Doomstot. He wasn't there. But you hired me. You gave me a bunch of money to kill Doom, so I'm still in. Let's go. What do you got? Reed hates this idea. He hates Deadpool. He has no interest in him. But T'Challa's like, he's popular. Let's use him. Plus, you can't we need to go through this shadow physics-led doorway to find Doom. And if you go through it, it will tear you apart and make you crazy.
So
we need somebody who already is crazy to go through this doorway.
Deadpool?
It's like a multiversal doorway that finds Doom throughout all these probabilities, and it's a theoretical doorway. You could sound like a probe through there, but don't sound like a person.
at what point did the shadow physics take any part in this? Because I feel like it really hasn't been used much.
Well, it's used in the lifeblood of the book. The symbols that T'Challa puts into his body are drawn from that. The idea of the vibranium being used as a magical thing at all is connected to it. Shadow physics is just it's a way for T'Challa to be on the same intellectual level as Reed Richards, but so that he can have an edge on Richards because Richards knows literally everything. But he hasn't mastered shadow physics. That's where T'Challa could be the expert in it. That's really what it is. It's a storytelling device to allow Richards to go, oh, as opposed to, yeah, I figured that out a year ago. So that's really what we're doing here. I mean, but also it's a way for us to go, they can do anything. They made a doorway that goes through this thing, and it's crazy as fuck. The shadow physics. Although I'm shocked to hell they didn't actually do that across the board. This is the first that I ever heard and last of shadow physics. I'm amazed it never came up again.
Well, if it hasn't, now it will.
Oh yeah, no, it will. Well, DOOMWAR is actually a pretty dope book that you can get in the comments down below, so check it out. So yeah, they're going to send Deadpool through this doorway, and then his backup is going to be a super special sect of the Dora Milaje called the Midnight Angels. And they're
like the Valkyrie of the
They're like the
Wakandans.
Valkyries of the Wakandan Dora Milaje. And he flirts with them, and then
You gotta take a shot.
yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna give you the time of day, man.
Oh
But
no, but you gotta try. So while they're prepping Deadpool, Richards is like, this is not going to work. So he calls Jim Rhodes.
is that Fin Fang Foom?
No.
Oh.
So Richards
Wait,
calls.
no?
No, it's not. So Richards calls War Machine, and so Jim Rhodes is like, I'm in, because they call the Avengers to help, and they're like, we can't, because we're not in the book. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you mean in plot-wise. Because there's an international incident, and if we get involved, it'll make it look like the U.S. government sanctioned us, and so we can't get involved. The same reason why the X-Men won't also join.
Yeah, even though Wolverine, Colossus, and Nightcrawler have been.
Yeah, and they're wearing their like bright colored superhero
Let me guess,
costumes.
guys. It's pizza night.
Right.
Yeah.
It's poker night. Except it isn't, because Ben Grimm is with them to fight the,
Ben's like, yeah, and I'm real mad about it.
Right, and I'm missing it. But yeah, so since they can't get Iron Man, they get War Machine. So War Machine's in the book too.
Okay.
No, this
War Machine is more tied with the U.S. government than Iron Man.
he most certainly is. What we see instead of Fin Fang Foom, this is Fin Fang Doom.
I hate you.
This is a vibranium built robot that looks and acts like Fin Fang Foom.
I am so angry and yet impressed.
Right? No, I remember reading this and being like, Fin Fang Foom! But he yells Doom, and then later they beat it, and I'm like, oh, they just modeled this creature after Foom. That's fun.
So it's not a dragon.
No.
Oh, if only Doom was inside of it, then it could have been a Zord.
The thing is,
Isn't this going to be a tremendous pain in the ass to get this vibranium back?
it should be, because it's just like, yeah, because it's like a
It's
metric.
in everything, and like it's going to be if you're destroying like Doombots as you go. There's
You should be
pieces
pulling it
everywhere.
out. I
Like-
know.
Like if he has infused them
Yeah.
with it, you gotta have to melt all this shit down. You gotta like
know.
figure out. No, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
a disaster.
I agree. No, it's a complete disaster. And what's more, we find out that vibranium is part of like a meteorite that hit the Earth. Like, there's traces of vibranium in everything.
It's in the air we breathe.
It's like this. Yeah, it's in all the metals we have. Like, phones have them. Like, it's vibranium. There's trace amounts. It's just that it's such a negligible amount.
It
that
hardly matters.
It doesn't even matter. It's not worth like melting it down to get that.
How
much.
great would it be if, no, the only reason we have electricity is because
It's
of
because of
vibranium.
vibranium. Like, telephones
work
don't work.
otherwise.
Yeah. That would be frustrating. I would not be happy with that. So they send Deadpool through, and I really like this double-page splash of like the infinite possibilities of what Deadpool can and
I love
will
that
be.
Deadpool is Galactus and Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Right? It's fun. He's a Brood. He's a Silver Surfer.
He's ego.
He's Ego. He's a zombie.
What is that thing up there?
I don't know. I think it's just him being being ripped apart.
Okay.
Or he's an amoeba of some kind.
It's lots of little planets at lots of different times.
Yeah, it's cool.
And Hello Kitty.
Yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at Shuri and the Dora Milaje and War Machine just kicking ass and taking names. Also, War Machine gives her a piece of Stark tech that like amplifies her suit, so like it's even more souped up and awesome than ever before. It doesn't really play a role in this outside of Shuri like just being more effective.
Okay.
But that was cool, I guess.
But she has it now.
Yeah, but she has
Wouldn't
that.
you like to see this more?
So wait,
You won't.
do the Midnight Angels just get Deadpool to where he needs to be?
The Midnight Angels, no. Deadpool needs to get where he needs to go, right? Deadpool's going to go through this doorway and end
Yeah,
up.
but do they go with him?
No, they're in a drop ship right outside of Atmosphere to join him when he discovers where he's supposed to be. They don't know. It's a blind jump through the multiverse for Deadpool. He doesn't know where he's going to end up
Okay,
on Earth.
I wasn't sure if they had the
They
doorway
can't
there,
go through because
or-
otherwise they'll go mad.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if the doorway was there or if they had to get him to it. Like
no.
if they had to fight their
oh, no,
way
they just
in.
built
and then-
one. They're just like,
Okay.
go through there.
Okay.
No, and they're in a ship there, so when he like finds his coordinates, they'll be like, meet me here, and then they'll arrive to give him support.
Okay.
I guess. Okay.
I think that's cool. That's a fun like way to do it.
Are they gonna like jump?
Yes.
That's cool. That's
But,
cool because I'd never do that.
I would never. We've got the backdoor assault by Deadpool. And we've got the frontal assault via Shuri
up
and
the
the
toot.
Dormammu. We got Shuri and War Machine, and they're having the frontal assault, fighting the Doom cats and bots and whatnot.
This is a real DP book.
It is,
And Fin Fang Doom.
And Fin Fang Doom. But while that's happening, they also, that is to say, the Brain Trust figures out this must be costing Doom a fortune, several fortunes, billions of dollars. And when they discover that the broker's involved, they're like, okay, no, he is facilitating Doom's war via various shell corporations that Doom has set up over the years to have trillions of dollars hidden backwards and forwards. So what they end up doing, or T'Challa ends up doing, is breaking into the bank via the computer
And freezing assets?
stealing his money and donating it to various charities.
Isn't this just the Batman book?
Which one?
The one with Joker and taking all the money and all that crap?
Oh yeah, Joker War?
Yeah.
So Declan's checking his finances, because the only reason why Declan's doing any of this is because he's getting paid absurd amounts of money.
Yeah, I imagine he just has a ticker on the wall that always shows his actual net worth.
It's just on a laptop, unfortunately. I wish it were. But he says over 100 billion euros have been funneled out to various charities. You see the Foundation for AIDS Research, the Rainforest Action Network, Global Hunger Project, just
Chalupas for children.
Yeah, just a gazillion different charities just got overpaid. And he's like, oh, shit. Not only is this war bankrupt, but they've made Doom publicly appear to be a humanitarian.
Thus reinstating the fact that Doom is a benevolent person.
Right.
There will be
And
peace
Doom
under him.
is right, and he should have a vibranium.
Okay, but I love
To
that.
be fair, there is nothing that at this point, according to Wakanda, their god said, you may have
Oh
this.
yeah, no, I know. That's the thing that's fucked up. Is
he did.
God said you can have it, and you're her avatar, and you're still fighting him.
Yeah, you did break in. That's a no-no.
Yeah, that's.
But literally, your god was like,
Yeah,
you
but
know what?
it's also I think it's free will. It's no. You pass the test, you have access to the
Yeah,
vibranium.
you can take it.
But
I'm not saying
my avatar's not going to cut your head off or anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying you
I
guys
want
have
you
to
to
get
have
along.
it. Yeah, exactly. I don't want you to have it. I just
No,
know
you
that
just-
you
you
earned
passed.
it. You passed. That's where my involvement ends and starts. Forget it.
I feel like-
Bass doesn't have anything else to say after this. It's just literally just you can have it, and everyone's always like, oh, that's such a cool idea, Doom's so dope, but it's Bass just an idiot. So
Bass
Deadpool
is an
arrives.
absentee landlord.
Oh my god. So Deadpool arrives, his arm pops off, and he spends 20 minutes trying to put it back on, and then realizes that he's back in Doomstadt. He just didn't check all the rooms. Doom's in the basement. And he's like,
Playing D&D.
oh no, Doom's building his armor and stuff. He's running the whole damn thing.
Yeah, he is painting. He's painting his little
His figurines.
yeah, his little guys.
And he's
Yeah.
like, oh shit. So then Doom arrives and he breaks Deadpool's neck and then just discards him. So here's souped up Doom. And this is the thing, this is a cool idea, and it's a really fun war, and it's
But
only
it really
6
doesn't
issues.
change what Doom looks like.
No. Shuri's new outfit, she just looks like Shuri, but with more crap on her. She looks like an action figure with a bunch of stuff. Doom looks like Doom, but with some spikes.
Counterpoint, Doom believes he is perfection as he is.
Right. That's true. Doom wouldn't necessarily upgrade it.
Doom would not upgrade because Doom's like, what is there to upgrade?
Right. What do you mean?
But I am already all that is man.
If I needed an upgrade, I would have already done it, and
Exactly.
I don't. So
Yeah, no.
That's only because I put so much of this vibranium into Fing Fang Doom. I was like, I scale back the buttons.
So Declan calls Doom, and he's like, hey, man, I'm calling you instead of coming here in person because I don't want you to murder me. Listen, the money's all gone, and so the war's over. And Doom's like, that's fine, I don't care. He's putting on his outfit because it's he put it on, but now he's going to use it to access the master stroke that is his plan. He's like, it's fine, I don't care.
Is he putting on a Cerebro?
Yes, a magical Cerebro, but it's not connecting himself to every person on the planet or every mutant on the planet. Instead, it is connecting him to the ley lines that exist within the Earth itself.
Ley lines!
Yes.
It's Cadabro.
So, and by the way, Doom is kind of half monologuing, half talking to Declan about this. Deadpool isn't dead.
Of course he's not.
Doom didn't read Deadpool's trading card, so he's just whatever, he discarded him. So Deadpool is watching all this and recording it and sending it to the base. And he's like, you getting all this? Like, now they all know what Doom's plan is.
Oh, how great would it be if he had a nanite?
I know. I don't think that they, like, every time that, like, T'Challa tried to analyze the nanites, they self-destructed. So, like, it would have been really cool if, like, he used, like, maybe some shadow physics to reprogram the nanites and use them.
Yeah, to foist Doom with his own petard.
Yes. Hey, it would have been really fun if, like, maybe they infected his armor and then, whatever. Doom connects with the ley lines and he's like, now that I have my vibranium and shadow physics infused armor, like, and I know, since I am a sorcerer, how to use vibranium for magical purposes, and I've made this fucking suit and this crazy-ass Cerebro that connects me to everything and all of the magics that can be connected to vibranium, he can connect to every piece of metal or electronics that are using any vibranium, which is why I explained...
Which is apparently why it's
Which is
everything.
apparently everything. So, like, everything, basically Doom is taking over the world. Like, everything that has any electronics or metal in it is turning on its masters and just, like, freaking out.
Okay, but how does this bring his mother back?
It doesn't. He's not really worried about her right now. You know, one thing at a time.
He's like, I got over that.
Right? You'll see, like, on, like, the decks of military ships, like, those Doom cats just kind of, like, morph out of the ground. Like, they're using all the electronics and vibranium and magic to, like, reform. So it's like, I don't have to build Doombots anymore. I don't need money.
This is okay, so I know Reed Richards is over there, like, actually, I've already figured it out. But
Yeah.
this seems way worse of a situation than they were just in.
Yeah, it is. T'Challa and Richards are like, okay, we need everybody. X-Men, Avengers, Doctor Strange, anybody want to get involved? Doctor Strange is on the camera. I don't think that he even got called because he would just show up and do it.
They would just put a photo up there.
Yeah, just there.
There.
We called him. Because this would be a really great opportunity for Strange to fight Doom.
Hello, I'm not here right now. I'm in another dimension.
Yes. You've reached the corporeal body of Stephen Strange. I'm astral projecting at the moment, but please leave a message with my manservant and I'll get back to you. So, you know, the Avengers are like, you gotta stop him. Good luck.
Oh, it's Cat Beast.
I would like some help with that, though.
I can't. Sorry.
Thoughts and prayers.
Sorry.
So,
we're the wedge of Antilles of this situation.
yeah, that's right. I hope that because of Doom's ability to, like, manipulate metals and magic, that the mask that he wears can actually emote now, because look at just how happy he is. So Deadpool reforms and he attacks Doom, and Doom is like, wow, you don't have any vibranium on you. That's kind of impressive. Anyway, bleh. Just immediately defeats him. And it's
And
like,
snaps
okay.
his neck again.
Yeah, and then Shuri and T'Challa, like, call out Doom to fight. They made a deal with the neighboring country of Symkaria, which is, like, the border country to Latveria. They basically are like, Symkaria owes Wakanda, like, billions of dollars, and we're just gonna, like, renegotiate that deal if they let us, like, roll through and not cause an international incident, because, like, we can't just go and be in another country and start a war, because we're going to Latveria.
But, like, you're going to need that billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, you will. Because of all the fucking vibranium that was wasted. So we got, like, the Dora
We can
Milaje.
get it back, right?
Black Panther, T'Challa, War Machine, the Fantastic Four, the Midnight Angels, the Dora Milaje. They're all there, like, standing against Doom and his armies.
And they're saying, like, hey, you have to come out and fight us.
Yeah.
You have to, because we're here.
Lord of the Black Land, come forth.
We showed up. Come on.
Yep, so
This is when we fight.
the broker's like, dude, don't do it. And Doom's like, no, let's test out this armor. I'm gonna kick ass. So Doom walks out and
Challenge you to a dance contest. Take it away.
That's you.
And to sell.
T'Challa offers, like, peace. He's just like, let's call it a truce and not do this. Come on, man. And Doom's like, come on, man.
That sounds like the talk of a loser.
That's exactly right. A big fight erupts, and then T'Challa and Doom will end up, like, together. You know, like, they're the lone warriors on the battlefield while everything else is falling apart around them.
Is that a Doom ape?
Yeah, that's right.
It's more like a Doom Kong.
Oh. So Doom grabs T'Challa and he's like, look at what I've accomplished with your stupid metal. He's like, you put so much emphasis on vibranium. That's been your culture's whole identity, is this magical space rock that fell out of the sky. Like, you don't even know what your country could have been if you didn't have it. Like, you have no identity but what I have taken and actually perfected. And so
Is he like saying like, no, those guys were right?
oh yeah. Well, like I think he's just like twisting the knife.
Right.
You know, but he is like, you know,
That's harsh.
it's harsh. And T'Challa's like, you're not wrong. Like, we have been corrupted by our like advanced technology and our reliance on this vibranium. And so the fact is, like, I'm gonna go ahead and fuck it. And so he takes out like the switch, and he's like, thanks to your connection to all of the vibranium on Earth, I'm gonna flip this switch using my shadow physics, and it will render all the vibranium on Earth inert.
I'm sorry, you have a switch?
Yeah, which I developed using my super brain.
You have a switch
Yeah, it's a little guy.
that can just...
Well, it wouldn't if it weren't for the fact that Doom used this like magic and connected his armor to all vibranium across the planet.
Okay, so like, all right. Where is vibranium being used?
Everywhere, in everything.
So,
Now
Nothing will work.
Well, it's in those things, but doesn't rely on vibranium
what's
to
Steve
work.
gonna do?
Doom's like, that's fine. I still ruled without vibranium.
Yeah, that's. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, you set me back to my base of being awesome and Dr. Doom. I mean, he's pissed because like I spent all this money and I did all this stuff.
And he's like-
also all my trillions of dollars are gone.
Yeah, but you know what? You just forgave a large amount of loans for another country, and I took away your main export.
That's right. Yeah. So actually, I've crippled your country. Lol. Bye.
We're both in a shitty situation now.
Yes.
Yeah, you cut off your own hand.
That's right. But Shuri's kind of like, yeah, you know what? Let's see what happens with Wakanda now that we don't rely on vibranium. Like, let's see what we can do on our own. Also, Shuri has wanted to kill Doom since the beginning of the book, but now that he's powerless and standing before her and she's murdered literally unarmed soldiers who have surrendered to her, she's like, nah, I'm not going to kill you. Now, she doesn't kill him because she's like, I'm a head of state, you're a head of state. It would cause an international incident. You know, this I won't kill you. Even though it's like you literally declared war on my country, even if it was like through shadow organizations
That's
and
when
whatnot.
Storm should be like, but I will.
Right?
So that's when Deadpool goes up and says like, now to earn my check.
Exactly. Cut your head off. No, but she's like, nope, I'm not going to kill you. But if you ever do, like, try again, anything like this, then you're going to get it. And I'm like, what a hollow, empty threat. Like, I really like the story, and I think it's really cool, and I really like how it all wraps up, because I think, like, the idea of taking vibranium off the table is an interesting idea, because, like, Marvel will always do every idea. You know, it's not like, oh, that's an idea that's like, wait, you can't tell the origin of Wolverine. You can't unmake the marriage. Like, you got to do all kinds of stuff. And it's like, we'll undo all that one day. With this, it's like, oh, take off the vibranium. Let's get rid of the vibranium.
Because we can bring it back.
We'll bring it back.
Well, another meteor.
Another meteorite. But the idea of Shuri being like, I'm not going to kill you because you're Dr. Doom and you're popular and we're not killing Dr. Doom. Like, that's the one thing they told me I wasn't allowed to do. We've killed you too many times in recent years to kill you now.
The problem is that she can't kill him and have him be a Doombot because this was the Doom that was succeeding and everything and gave himself all the power.
Exactly. No, this Doom, like, this is Doom. Doom is a sorcerer. The Doombots can't use magic.
Yet.
So Storm uses her lightning to like destroy all the surrounding Doombots, and then they leave. And then all the superheroes show up and they help like restore Wakanda in literally one page. We just see everyone shows up and like helps. And I'm like, wow, thanks.
Hey, Steve's there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's looking for a new shield.
Steve's there, Bucky's there, they're all there. It's rare that someone like Black Panther, who unfortunately is like a more niche superhero, gets a massive event that also is a status quo changer that involves a lot of other characters. The weakest part for me are the John Romita covers, which are like, what? Like, I'm like, why did you do that? Like, because it doesn't look anything like anything else in the book. They don't represent what's happening. It's just kind of like, it's just a little confusing is all.
The weird part for me is the 3 X-Men that joined them in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Why didn't they go to Reed first?
Right. Well, because Storm. Like, we're dealing with Storm first. Like, we want to assure that Storm is safe and protected, and we go to her to also establish like the utopia geopolitical situation. Like, we go to X-Men. The X-Men are running the country, which means they will not be involved, which will also explain why like no one else is involved.
Can we just talk about how much how much stronger the pencils are for this book?
They are very strong. No, this book is unfortunately, and I think it has everything to do with the colors. It's just
No.
it's a little dark.
Oh yeah, but it is the color. The inks are not there.
Yeah.
The colors are not helping this. But like when you look at the pencils in the back, I'm really glad they put them in because I'm like I totally get why they got this artist.
Oh yeah.
And then you see the
Scott
finished
Eaton,
product,
yeah.
and I'm like, look at the inks on this.
Yes.
Right? And,
And
then
then you
you
look at the
see this,
pencils.
and I'm like, that looks great.
There's a lot more detail. Yeah.
There's a lot more finesse in his
Yes.
pencils than there are in the inks.
It's true.
That's a shame.
It
Well,
is.
they probably saw his stuff and they're just like, this is great. We need it fast though.
Yeah, it could have been.
Well,
done.
there's 3 different inkers who worked on it.
Oh, that'll do it.
Excuse me, there's 4. It says inks, Andy Landing, and Robert Campanella with Jamie Mendoza and Dave Meekus.
Okay, so that's 2 inkers that work together and 2 inkers that work together. 'Cause,
Okay.
like the ampersand means that's a team.
Oh, okay.
And means and then those 2. So there's
it's
4
2
inkers, 2
teams.
working in tandem.
Okay.
How funny would it be if like they just kept re-inking over each other's stuff?
Right. Like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. Like, no, we brought it's like a writing team. Like when you see a script, or the movie credits where it's like, this is written by these guys and these guys. It's like, that means that's 2 drafts. That's like, I wrote this, I took that, I threw it away, I wrote it again. Then there's this big old picture of Doom, and yes, his belt buckle's a goddamn D.
You knew exactly what I was
noticed
looking
it
at.
in this book. I'm like, did they make his belt buckle a D? Is this like Galactus? Because Galactus' belt
That's when
buckle's
you're
a
like,
D.
well, I mean, aren't all belt buckles kind of like D's?
They're kind of D's, but I think Eaton made a very specific choice to be like, it's a D.
No,
And
it's
there's
a
a little
D.
arrow pointing down.
Yeah.
It's all D.
There you have it, everybody. That's DOOMWAR. DOOMWAR. You got another DOOMWAR in you?
DOOMWAR!
Keep reading.